Oh my gosh. Okay, now.
Okay, am I turned up? Am I turned up?
You're great.
Hello, Senator Warren.
Hi, Glennon. How
Hi.
are you?
Well, I will tell you a couple of things. First of all, I did not sleep last night. And my wife has been doing breathing exercises with me this morning. I've been doing this for a long time, and I've never, ever been more honored to speak with anyone.
You're much too generous. Much too
No.
generous. It's so good to be here with you. You, in a time of complete insanity, are a voice for reminding us all. We have a center, we have a heart, listen, take care, and we're going to make it through this. So you're just doing such a wonderful job out there. I'm just so glad to have a chance to be here with you and visit.
Oh, me too. Well, right back at you at a time when so many of us in this community have been a little bit lost and a little bit angry and desperate for honorable leadership. You have been our captain. You are our captain. We trust you because you are relentless and creative and brilliant and wise. And so first of all, thank you.
Thank you.
And before I break into the wind beneath my wings, I'm going to just get right to business.
Okay.
So I know that you started your career as a teacher, and I did too.
Yeah.
And I know that once you're a teacher, you're always a teacher. I'm sorry?
You had third graders?
Yes, I did.
Yes, that's what I thought I remembered. They're so adorable at that age. But they're always adorable.
They sure are.
I'll tell you a quick story off to the side. When I first started teaching in law school, after, I taught little ones and taught children in special education. So I'm now teaching in law school. I have my first full-time teaching job. And I'm at a party out in the burbs. And this is a time when not so many women are working and certainly not doing things like teaching in law school. And I was teaching first year students, 1Ls. And so this is down in Houston. So I go to this party and this guy comes over to me and says, so you have children? And so I have two little ones and so on. And then he said something and I said, yeah, I teach. And he said, what do you teach? And I said, I teach. And I'm kind of thinking, I don't know how much I want to say here. I just said, I teach first years. Now, they're all first year law students, right? And he looked at me and said, they're just so adorable at that age. And I said, they totally are. So it's always been the case for me that, you love the kids you teach, whether they're little ones or big ones or any place in between. That's right. That's what teachers are.
And once a teacher, always a teacher. And we have some big ones to teach today, Senator Warren. We got some big, older kids to teach today. So would you, Senator and Professor Warren, help teach us what is at stake in this election for healthcare, for LGBTQ families, for communities of color? Just help us understand.
So let's start right where you started. Healthcare. Healthcare is on the ballot on November 3rd. And the way it's on the ballot is a couple of different ways. There are a lot of things for which we think, what difference does it make whether we have Democrats or Republicans in the White House? I don't like parties. I don't like all these guys just yelling at each other all the time. But healthcare, whoa, this one divides the sheep from the goats. Okay, and here's how it goes. As you may remember, when President Obama was in office, he made his number one goal to expand healthcare coverage. So tens of millions of people got healthcare that didn't have it before. We're going to do a little history lesson here, right? Plus, people have pre-existing conditions. Diabetes, have had cancer in the past, little children born with difficulties. People with pre-existing conditions couldn't be discriminated against. Insurance companies couldn't cancel them and they couldn't charge them more for insurance. Really important. And everybody under 26 could stay on their parents' policy. 3 huge changes in how healthcare was delivered in America. Republicans said, we hate it, we don't want it, we're opposed to it, we're not going to vote for it. And then they decided, as soon as Donald Trump got elected, and they had the House, the Senate, and the White House, we're going to repeal it. That was their number one job. So Obama said my number one job, expand healthcare. They said my number one job, is to end healthcare and the role of government in helping people get healthcare access. They tried and they almost made it. They failed by a single vote. So now they're back in the United States Supreme Court trying to get the healthcare law overturned so that they can do through the courts what they couldn't do through Congress. So here's how I look at this. If you care about your access to healthcare, and I just throw in there the cost of prescription drugs, if you have a parent or a sister or a friend or a neighbor who counts on being able to get access to healthcare, if you have a pre-existing condition or you know someone who has a pre-existing condition, you're done. You know exactly what you need to do in November. You need to vote for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. You need to vote for Democrats in the Senate and the House of Representatives. And you need some more Democrats in your state house and your local elections. So we could actually stop right there, Glennon. It's whatever you want to do, but we can talk about more if you want to.
Yeah, no, I mean, okay, so one of the reasons we adore you so much and admire you so much is that we are very, very sick of just hearing men scream at each other. And so, yes. And so the fact that whatever America needs, you have a plan for that is extremely important to us. So we know that because of the, well, especially with what's going on with the Supreme Court, we see what can happen when the Senate is held by the Republicans. So can you explain to us why is it so important to flip the Senate this year?
So I'm so glad you asked this, because here's how I look at this. There's this fundamental question in America now: who does government work for? Is it working for you and your family? Is it working for people who just really need just a chance, just get the door open a little, give them a little leg up so they can get on the ladder? Or is it working for the folks who've already made it big? Is it working for the billionaires and the zillionaires and the giant corporations? Which way is this going right now? And the way I see it, I think Democrats are out there fighting for people, and there's a lot of evidence the Republicans right now are fighting for giant corporations and billionaires. And let me just remind you how I know that. The other thing the Republicans did when they first Donald Trump came in and they got the Senate and they got the House, is that they passed a giant tax giveaway to billionaires and giant corporations. And that's a tax giveaway of money we could have spent on our kids, money we could have spent on roads and bridges, money we could have spent canceling out student loan debt, money we could have spent on us and on helping build opportunities for all Americans. So again, that's why this matters. Now, I want to get Joe Biden and Kamala Harris elected. Yes, yes, yes. But understand this, the things they want to do, the things that America wants them to do, like gun safety and canceling student loan debt and investing in universal child care for all of our babies and universal pre-K for all of our little ones. Yes, yes, yes. And increasing Social Security for people with disabilities and for seniors, and making the investments in building a future, addressing climate head on. These things that we want to do, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris can't do them unless they have a majority of Democrats in the Senate. So this is one of those things, because the way our government is set up, it's not enough just to elect a president and say, did my job, I'm done. It's that we've got to elect a president, and we got to take back the Senate and hang on to the House. We got a majority in the House now. But we've got to do both those things, take back the Senate and the White House.
Okay. Okay, Senator Warren, we're going to take back the White House.
Number one job.
And we're going to take back the Senate.
Number two job.
Okay. So we know what we need to do. How do we do it?
Love it. And the answer is, we remember how much power we have. We remember how much power we have. So obviously, first part of that power is vote vote, right? Everybody votes. But it's more than that. Every single person who's listening to us on this has the power not only of her own vote, but get more people into this. Making sure that mom has a chance. Grandma has gotten her ballot and is able to fill it out and get it back in. That your sister, that your neighbor, that the teachers you're working with, I'm talking to you teachers, right? That the nurses you're working with, that everybody you're working with knows that they've got to vote. It's magnify your voice, use your voice. You know how they used to teach you, you remember this, stand up straight, speak from the diaphragm, right? All those things about use your voice. Well, let's do the vote equivalent of that, right? So it's not only that you're going to vote, you're going to be strong in this vote by getting other people. Be a vote multiplier here. Bring in more people. And when somebody says, oh, yeah, I think I will, you just got to be a little pushy. You got to say, we have a plan to vote. Are you going to do this? Now, so let me know here what you have in mind. Are you going to get your ballot early? And have you already done that? You know, I can wait while you do this online right now. Because we can't afford for a single person not to vote. Voting is the beating heart of our democracy. And Donald Trump has already said, you know, he's only going to accept the results if he thinks he wins. He's already said that. So you know what we got to do? We got to come out there and vote. We got to vote for our children. We got to vote for our democracy. And we got to win, no, a little tiny bit. We got to win by so much that even Donald Trump, who lives in some alternative reality, has to admit, yeah, the Democrats won the White House, won the Senate, won the House, and are taking seats up and down the ballot because 2020 is an historic election. Did you see who just came in here?
Don't tell me it's Bailey.
Bailey, look here.
Yay!
Hello, Bailey. Oh, there he goes again.
It's a Bailey sighting. Oh my goodness.
Oh, he's off.
I mean, how much more could I hope for?
Come on. Can I kiss? No, he's off.
Well,
He
Senator
just came
Warren,
in to check and see what I was doing.
I love it. Well, we can do that. We are here to do hard things. So
Yep.
what I am going to ask of this community, and you tell me if you think this is a good idea. These are thousands and thousands of not only people who are dedicated to voting, but dedicated to activating other people to vote.
Yes.
So I'm going to request from these people, along with Senator Warren, to commit 3 hours over the next 3 weeks and to get 3 friends to commit with you. Okay?
Oh, I love this.
3 hours, 3 weeks, 3 friends. Okay? And then Senator Warren, I'm going to come back tomorrow to this place and I'm going to give these people, with inspiration from you, a plan for those 3 hours.
I love it.
Okay?
I love it, love it, love it. It is exactly right. It taps in to our strength. It taps in to understanding that this moment, sure, it's about policy, and you know I love policy, but it's also a moral question. It's a question about the kind of nation we want to be and how each of us has a responsibility to live that nation, to make our contribution. Nobody wants to wake up on the day after the election and have something go sideways and say, you know, I could have done a little more. Now is the time to say, I'm in and I'm in all the way.
Yes. That's it. It's our self-care, Senator Warren.
It is.
We are
It
looking
is.
out for our November 3rd selves. We want to wake
Yep.
up and know that we left it all on the field.
Exactly the right way to think of it. And here's the amazing thing. I want to say this to everybody who's never actually asked somebody before and thought, ooh, I don't know. I'm not really sure I want to call somebody. I'm not really sure I want to get on, FaceTime and talk to somebody about voting and politics. But here's the thing. When I first went from being a teacher to running for elected office, I didn't know about calling people. God, I had to call people and ask them for money. I had to call people and ask them to volunteer. But what I started thinking about is, yeah, but I really believe in the importance of what I'm trying to do. And I think it matters. If you believe that, if you listen to that voice in yourself and you speak from that place in yourself, it not only gets easier, it makes you stronger. It makes you the person who made something happen. And when enough women make something happen, the world changes.
With that, Senator Warren, we are enough women, and
Yes.
we are going to make something happen. So everyone who's watching, if you will commit to 3 hours in the next 3 weeks with 3 friends, tell us in the comments, and no pressure, but if you don't commit, you will be letting Senator Warren down.
That's true.
We
That's
don't
true.
want that.
And Glenn, it's both of us. You wouldn't just be letting one of us down, you'd be letting both of us down.
That's right. That's right. And I just want you to know, from the bottom of my heart and toes, thank you for always having our back. We will have your back till the end of the days, Senator Warren. You are the wind beneath our wings.
And I will have your back.
We know.
We do this together because, in every one of these fights, we make each other stronger. That's what this is about. Yeah. We're going to do this.
3 hours, 3 friends, 3 weeks.
I love it.
Thank you, Senator Warren. We shall celebrate much later.
Let's do it.
After the
I'm counting on
landslide.
it. We're going to have such a celebration. Good. Take care. Bye-bye.